Hey, what's up, everybody? Saludos, buenos dias. It's December 2nd, 2021. Aquí el Angelito, el Gallito de la Sierra, aka Crypto Keeper. I do the research so that you don't have to. Now, what is going on with cryptocurrencies? I think 2022 is going to be an explosive year. For the last few videos that I've made, I have been telling everybody, keep your eye out. A lot of new stuff coming out. I am 100% focused only on any new projects being built on the Cardano blockchain. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about MELD today because, interestingly enough, when I was doing my research on MELD and I was reading their white paper and I was just, checking out everything there was out there for MELD. You went to their website. I read every single little thing about MELD and I loved it. And here's the thing. You have to decide, and I've already said this over and over and over, and I can't stress this enough. I can't say this enough, that you need to decide what kind of investor you're going to be. If you're going to be an investor at all in cryptocurrency. Once you decide, yes, I am going to be an investor in cryptocurrency, then you need to decide what kind of investor you're going to be. Are you going to be a day trader? Are you going to be a trader who is in it for the short run? Are you going to be the type of investor that buys into a cryptocurrency without doing any research? You're just, going based off of hypes, whatever's on YouTube, Twitter, whatever's in the Discord. Like, if a lot of people are talking about it and you feel like, oh, that's going to be the coin that's going to go to the moon, then I'm going to get on it. Okay, that's fine. You need to decide what kind of investor you're, or if you're going to be the type of investor that just does your own homework, your research. You're not making your investments based off hype, FOMO, meaning fear of missing out. You're just making an investment because you have read everything there is to read about that project. And you've made the determination, like, you know what? This is a great type of cryptocurrency that I feel it's going to have utility. It's going to change the world. It's going to be there 2-3 years from now. And I'm going to invest $1,000 in it because I feel my money is going to be well invested in this cryptocurrency. Great. No matter how you do it, it's going to be completely up to you. No one's going to be able to tell you do it this way, do it that way. And neither should you believe everything you hear about somebody telling you how to do it. Because here's the reason why. I listen to a lot of leaders in the space. And there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of good ones. But none of them know all there is to know about the cryptocurrency they're talking about. Some of them admit that. And so that just tells me this. Cryptocurrency is moving too fast. Faster than what you and I can spend time in researching it. Because we're not, if you're not doing it day in, day out, if you're not on the development side, if like you don't work for MELD, then you're probably not going to be like all current with everything that they got going on. You're going to know just bits and pieces, which might be enough for you to make decisions, which is enough for me because that's the best way I make decisions. But when I listen to a lot of people, like if somebody you have to be careful because look, there's a couple of YouTubers that I won't name them, but they will promote to the death anything that they're invested in largely. Meaning, if I was invested in, I'm going to name a coin that I don't have any holdings on. I have no biases, no special interest, no nothing. I don't hold any Ethereum. And this is a conversation I was having with my buddy yesterday because he does. And that's okay. I'm okay with him holding Ethereum and Ethereum going to where it's went. Even way back then when Ethereum was like $600. I had $10,000 considering to put into Ethereum, and I didn't. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. I could have made a great investment there, and it would have paid off. But nonetheless, I wasn't a Ethereum enthusiast. I was a Cardano enthusiast, and Cardano and Ethereum are two very different blockchains. And so I moved my money to Cardano. Now, without going too much into that explanation, if I did have a lot of Ethereum, my messages would be very different. So those folks who have, 300,000, 800,000, $2 million worth of any specific cryptocurrency, you best believe they're going to talk it up. They're going to talk it up. They're going to say all these great things about it, and they may very well be well intended, but all I'm saying is be careful. That's why I said earlier, you don't listen to everybody and everything everybody has to say, but pay close attention to what they're saying. All right? What they're saying, and then you make your own decisions. Why I am sort of kind of like already decided after 4 years of investing, I've gotten into a rhythm and a habit and a strategy. And here's my strategy. Through the whole slew of cryptocurrencies, I have decided only to invest in certain types of cryptocurrencies. For example, any of the DeFi projects like Aave, those are very attractive to me. ADA Finance, AADA Finance, who has a live ISPO right now, right? MELD, love MELD. I'm all in on MELD. I'm not even an ambassador for MELD. I was considering becoming an ambassador for MELD and applying to become an ambassador. An ambassador is somebody who does videos and explains and just, does videos around MELD. And I just said, you know what, I'm good. I don't want to be an ambassador for anybody, because then, even though I believe in MELD and I want people to know more about MELD, I believe in a lot of other projects, but I've decided that my niche is going to be cryptocurrencies that are banks. Anything that has to do with currency, like Bitcoin. Love Bitcoin. But Bitcoin doesn't do anything right now, and it's starting to do something. It's become the currency of El Salvador, and it's trying to become the currency. Who knows? Bitcoin might be the one currency of the world. When we think about one currency for the governments, what currency would that be? Well, right now, the majority of currency, or the one that has the strongest position, is the US dollar. And so, long story short, I am the type of investor that I'm putting all of my money in a basket. Now, I don't have my portfolio diversified. I have it all in cryptocurrency. And I've mentioned before in a different video that, that's just what's going to work for me. So here's my strategy. My strategy is hodler, investing in cryptocurrencies that are alike, meaning financial, any type of financial cryptocurrencies that have to do with currency, like Cardano's building the Jet, and that's going to be on the COTI, and COTI is the currency of the internet, I believe. That's what COTI stands for. COTI or COTI, I don't know how you say it. COTI, right? It's sitting at about 45 cents right now for that one. And so there's just so many, but I'm picking the ones that are all gonna interact with Cardano, because I've went all in on Cardano, and I'm going all in on MELD, and I'm going all in on Sunday Swap, and I'm going all in on ADA Finance, and I'm going all in on Charlie 3, and I'm just I'm picking a basket of cryptocurrencies that, who knows, it might be over 20. I'm not a big proponent of people investing, or at least myself investing in too many. It's just too crazy. There's just so much out there. And I have to be careful, because the ones that I'm picking, the ones that I'm cherry picking, I'm picking for the long term. They're going to have to be there 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, because when 15 years pass, I will be at the age of retirement. 15 years from now, I will be 64 years old. I'm sorry, 60 years old. I'm 44 right now. So I don't plan on, I plan on doing different things, different ways every 5 years. So in 5 years, I believe that these investments that I'm making right now on new projects that are being built on Cardano, are going to be the pathway and the gateway for my wealth. In other words, I will be probably surpassed $1 million easy in a couple of years, just investing in a few of these projects. That's how easy it is. But you have to do your research, and you have to understand what you're doing. And here's the reason why. Without making this too very complicated, when MELD had its initial stake public offering in July, right? I quickly was ready for that. I had my ADA tokens that I bought on Coinbase. I had transferred those, or sent those, to my Yorori wallet, and they were sitting in my Yorori wallet. And for those of you who know what a Yorori wallet is, it's the wallet that is used for staking, for delegating your Cardano ADA tokens to, a slew of different projects. And they use those delegated ADA to build their project. And in return, they give out, rewards, whatever those rewards are, either in the form of their own token, or they pay back an interest or ADA or whatever. So I was ready to go. MELD goes ISPO July 1st. And in July, I staked the majority of my ADA. Thousands and thousands of ADA coins. I stake them. And I just give it a shot. And I staked on the MELD ISPO2. I've said that before, which was a 50% ADA and 50% split for MELD tokens. So the rewards that I'm earning are 50-50. That's the staking pool that I wanted to be on. So I delegated to that one, and it never got oversaturated, which is great. And here's the reason why it's great. An oversaturated pool pays less, or pays almost nothing, to those individuals that came into the pool after it's been saturated. So you never want to stake your coins to a saturated pool. Now, here's the beauty of it. I wasn't expecting the deal to be sweet the way MELD has came out and made it for everybody. Now, look at the win-wins, and this is the strategies that if you use these kinds of strategies in your investments, I don't think you're going to lose. I really personally believe there is no chance to lose. And let me just explain this really quick. I staked on July 1st all of my ADA, and I'm earning rewards, right? The timeline is from July to December 8th. Now, December 8th will be here in a few days, and they were the first to do it. SundaeSwap was planning to do it before MELD, but they couldn't do it because SundaeSwap is a US-based organization and MELD is not. And so they were able to launch their ISPO before them. And they did it in July, and it blew up. I mean, it took about a couple of months and a lot of another sea of delegators came into the space and MELD just blew up. Well, what does that mean for me? I came in what I'm considered as diamond hands. And MELD recently published or went public and shared that they're very sorry because they're not going to be able to launch December 8th, which is fine. That they have to postpone it because Cardano's still working out a few bugs, which is fine. You know, lots of people hating on Cardano, and that's all good. We don't need to talk about that because that doesn't bother me. Because here's the thing. Here's the reason why. Here's the reasons why. MELD, so far, for every 1,000, the diamond hand holder, for every 1,000 ADA tokens that you stake, they're going to give you 25% of MELD tokens, just for every 1,000. That's like a freebie bonus. Okay, for every 1,000 ADA, they're going to give you 25% MELD tokens. Now, at the end of it, in December 8th, they're going to airdrop all of these tokens to all of these delegators, and you're going to get your MELD tokens. But here's the beauty of it: you're also going to get the diamond hand holders. At least me, as far as I know, I'm going to receive an NFT, and the NFT is priceless because MELD, even though they're getting into the NFT space, the type of NFT that they're going to give us is an NFT that if when we stake, in other words, the coins that they've already going to give us, the MELD tokens, when they do launch and you delegate your MELD tokens for the lending and borrowing protocol, those MELD tokens are going to be used to lend and borrow, right? They're going to have value on those tokens. We don't know what the value is, but regardless of whatever that value is, I got those for free, my brother. I got them for free. They didn't cost me anything. I didn't risk anything. I put all of my ADA. They borrowed my ADA. They used the rewards from the ADA to finance MELD company to then become a MELD company bank, so that people can borrow and people can lend. I can lend. I can be now like the banker. You get where I'm going? So I am going to be the banker. Now, on top of that, they're going to give me an NFT, a non-fungible token that is going to allow for me to reap additional rewards on my MELD tokens. And these are the ones that they've already given me for free. So when MELD launches, if I was to not buy anything, just with what they've been giving me and that NFT that I'm going to get, how can you lose? How can you lose? You cannot lose. But it takes patience. It takes willingness to be involved, to do your research, to read, and to understand, and to become wiser with what you're doing. And by doing it, you just become wiser. By experiencing and making these moves, you become wiser just by the experience alone. I'm going to leave you with this, and this is where my philosophy comes from. A lot of what I do and a lot of what I've said is that I tell people I read a lot of books, and I'm going to always recommend a book because I think that is the power behind literature. So there's a book called The Richest Man in Babylon. I don't know if I've shared that in my previous videos, but in every video I'm going to try and share a couple of books that'll change you and it'll change your perspective. So the first book is The Richest Man in Babylon. You got to read that book, and it's available in audiobook as well. You got to read it. I've read it about 5 times. I never get tired of reading that book. It has a little bit of character in it. The audiobook is amazing because it has character in it, and they there's different voices or different voice narrative, just to give it a little bit of nice touch. But it's a great book, and the premise of the book is that you take 10% of what you earn and you invest it, and you don't touch it, and you don't touch it. It's like buying a goat, and you get the goat, and you buy a female and a male goat. You invest in the male goat, and you invest in the female goat. Then you have a baby goat, and the baby goat is what you reaped from that 10%, right? You took 10%, you bought a goat or a lamb or whatever. But here, just listen to me very carefully. You buy the goat, you have a baby goat, and then now you drink the milk, you use the milk, you make cheese, you do that as long as you could. Then the baby goat, you let it grow. You take the baby goat, if it's a male or a female, it's going to make a difference, right? And then from that little baby goat, you can make more goats, or you can butcher one, have your meat, and make another goat and repeat that cycle, right? Now you're reaping your profit, but that's going to take time. By the same token, let's use maybe an analogy with a tree. You know, the tree, you plant it, you water it, you don't cut the tree down after a year. You let the tree mature and grow, and at some point, you know, when the tree is very big, after 5 years, you trim it and you cut it, and you take about maybe 5% of that tree and you use it for firewood, for making wood toys, whatever. But you don't cut the whole darn tree down. You let the tree feed you. In other words, you let the tree give to you about 5% or 10% of the tree. And that won't affect the tree. It'll grow out new branches. You'll have more firewood, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So what I'm saying is it's very simple. It's very simple to grow your wealth and to become a person of wealth. And so I'll leave you with that. I hope you enjoy that book. Another great book is Saving the Corporate Soul. I think it's David Bardston. I can't remember his name. But Saving the Corporate Soul is another great book. You ought to read that book. These two books right here will change your perspective. Well, hey, have a great time researching. I hope this is helpful to you. And until the next, goodbye. Que el gallito de la sierra, el kikirikix.